the gentle, and book his place in the final day of action. I'm Dan Dawson, and finding out along with me on this magical journey here in Mulheim is Chris Murphy.
Well, it's been a magical journey for Mensur Suljovic, who finally won his first PDC title last weekend, so it's his first time on stage as a PDC title holder. Can he continue? Can he take some momentum from Riesa to Mulheim? The 19th European title winner in the PDC. Not many players have got more than one, so that would be a massive leap if he were to do that, but there's lots of work to be done, starting with Big Vincent.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. First leg, Vincent to throw first. Game on!
And it is Kamphuis who has the advantage of throwing first, and so massive is the Dutchman that when he has that lean, he's probably a good 1.5 foot closer to the board than where the actual Oki is. I mean, Mensur's got a lean on him, and his back leg kicks out as well, but...
It was no great surprise, really, was it, that Mensur Suljovic, even though he hadn't won a title before, he was threatening it. I mean, in the last 12 months, he's made at least the semi-finals in 8 events, including 2 majors, a World Grand Prix and a Players' Championship final.
Yeah, and it was his 12th semi-final that weekend in Riesa, just gone. And every single time he'd failed, or every single previous time he'd failed to make it to the final. Even when I spoke to him on stage afterwards, he said, I was just happy to make a final. I just wanted to get over that barrier. I didn't expect to win it, to be honest. Not sure many other people expected him to win it when Kim Huybrechts had handfuls of darts for the title. He missed 7 match darts in the final, Kim Huybrechts. But if you don't hit the winning double, someone's going to hit one. If it's not you, it's going to be the other bloke. Mensur stepped up and took it out.
Yeah, in that last leg, I think Mensur went off. It took him about 3 visits to score over 100. But he hit the most important double of the match and left a winner.
100. This is require 164.
Who will be the winner in this one? Kamphuis looking at 164, but doesn't need to take it out, and he's not going to take it out because the first dart found the treble 5. Just doing his arithmetic.
Well, he averaged 93 in the first round in Vincent. He played pretty well, but he was a right old tussle with Ronnie Huybrechts. He needed 96. A deciding leg to go on and win that one. Ronnie was threatening in that match. He's got the job done. A first win on the Euro Tour for him. Can he back it up?
85. Vincent, you require 68.
Double 16.
36.
Mensur's got the old favourite of Raymond van Barneveld. Treble 20, treble 20, double 18. They're all about the same sort of height on the dartboard. Well, 2 of them the same area. But he hasn't got it, and there's a little scowl from Mensur there.
So Kamphuis will be looking to draw first blood when he returns.
32.
Southwest of the board, double 16, up for double 8, same area. Now he's got to move right across and doesn't hit any of them, so Suljovic with a chance for an immediate break.
Well, Mensur, 96 left, perfect dart, double 18. That's a great kill. Great kill. 1-0 to Mensur. And it is a break of throw as well. Vincent Kamphuis, despite leaving a finish after 9 darts, unable to get the job done. And Mensur Suljovic is going to make you pay in those situations, because he has turned into one of the most consistent performers in the world of darts. You know what you're going to get with Mensur. He does have the capability to throw ridiculously high averages. He doesn't often go over that 105 mark, but he can do, and he has. But you very rarely see him throw anything less than mid-90s, because he's just so reliable.
Yeah, and he's very, very competent on the doubles. And I mean, I heard you discussing on commentary last week, not just double 14, which we all know is his favourite, but double 18 he uses a lot and hits it a lot, and all parts of the board. He he's one of the best double hitters in the game right now.
I don't really see a weakness in his game, if I'm honest. He can score heavily, we know that. We know all right, he may not throw in those massive averages that I mentioned as regularly as some of the other guys, but you don't need to throw 105 to win games. You can win games with a 95 and hit your doubles, and that's fine. And I just think now he's got that first title, it'd be a brave man to say he's not going to win any more.
Certainly would, and sometimes we do see players just go on and start winning everything in front of them. Justin Pipe a few years ago, a good example of that on the Pro Tour. Michael van Gerwen, the biggest example of that.
Yeah, of course. 54. But I mean, Peter Wright took a while to learn how to win events, didn't he? I think it was Kalani in 2012 where he won his first one, but then they started coming in on a regular basis.
Yep, Dave Chisnell as well, a similar thing. So Suljovic could be in the winner's circle a lot more often.
And there's a lot made of his pace of play and how it annoys other people. And some players really don't like. Michael Smith hates playing him. Gary Anderson hates playing him. But for Mensah, that's a good thing. He could win in the odd game.
56.
A big ask for the big man here, Kamphuis. If he is to break back and level the match, he needs 2 trebles. Well, there's one of them. Unfortunate, because that dart was sitting pretty.
Yeah, it really was.
134.
Oh, you like that, Vincent?
Mensah requires 16.
Who doesn't fancy Mensah to hit this?
Well, he may not, but I think there's a fair few in here who might. Just kiss off the barrel of that and into the double 8. Yeah, a little wall there you can bounce off Mensah.
Just
like that. Just like that. And there it is. That's the first big Mensah headbutt celebration we've seen.
Does seem to enjoy his darts, Mensah Suljovic. You do see some players who are kind of laboured on the hockey, but Mensah Suljovic has a bit of fun up there. Smile on his face often. And darts like this will make him happy.
Yeah, they will. Mensah, for all those time, I mean, you saw what it meant to him. He literally collapsed on the stage last week when he hit the winning double against Kim Huybrechts, sinking to his knees. It meant a huge amount to him. That he's over the last 2 years, he's decided to do it properly, to play all the events and just see how far he could go. And everybody who'd seen him in the past, and he'd won a game at the World Championship, and he had talent. We could see that. He was an unorthodox talent, but it was a talent. And you just thought, well, if he gave it a proper go, then yeah, he could be up there in the top 32. But we were wrong to think that. He's he's a top 16 player now.
Yep.
And if this is just a step on the way, he could go higher than that. There is nothing to suggest that Mensah could not go and emulate his runs to the semi-finals in big tournaments as he did twice last year. He could do that again this year. He could do better.
But he can't do better than that. With 3 darts in his hand. Both players in handy positions after 9 darts thrown, but Kamphuis now. He knows Mensah Suljovic is on a very gettable finish, so he's got to go the 11 route to leave the bullseye.
74.
Yeah. Didn't even think about the treble there, did he?
No, he didn't. He seemed to have a little thought before then which way he was going to go, but it was pretty obvious that he had to go that route, and Mensah could end up with a shot at the bullseye himself.
Can he just funnel that down the flight into the treble bed? He can. Bullseye. Kamphuis misses it. Suljovic misses it too. And it's the Mensah stroppy teenager act.
Moved the wire on the ball and then fired a right hook in our direction.
39.
But he'll come back to clean up the 25.
Mensah required 25.
And it's all going Suljovic's way so far.
Yeah, he's not shy of a demonstrative throw around of the arms himself, is Big Vincent, is he? You don't want to get in the way of that. But late. Lovely, yeah. Headbutt 2. Paul Nicholson's actually got a headbutt counter going on over there.
Well, I know that Paul Nicholson actually really fancies Mensah Suljovic's chances in one particular major tournament this year, one that he got to the semi-finals of last year, the World Grand Prix in Dublin, because of that clinical double hitting.
Yeah, we've mentioned it before this weekend, and I have to say it's an enticing bet if you're that way inclined.
I think what was interesting last weekend is that everyone is starting to take Mensur Suljovic very, very seriously. The bookies made him favourite, I think, in the last 8 stages of the tournament, or at least the last 4.
I mean, it was that bit of that half of the draw which Michael van Gerwen and Daryl Gurney had vacated, so there were a couple of unseeded players in Ryan Meikle and Jordi Mayweather who were in that part of the draw. But the fact is, it was still, part of the draw. There was, he got past Jelle Klaassen. That was a very dangerous opponent in that bit of the draw. Oh my word! This is not turning out to be a good day for big Vincent Kamphuis. I believe on the back of his shirt it says "factor non verba" there, which probably means actions, not words. He may have a few words if stuff like that continues to happen, because Mensur is left under after 9, potentially 11 data coming in to make it 4-0, and Vincent Kamphuis's hopes of following up a first Euro Tour win with a second may be slipping very, very quickly away from him.
He also looks to have a big roulette wheel on the back of his shirt there, but the odds are against him here. Suljovic lays up to leave double top.
Mensur require 40.
We saw his Austrian compatriot earlier on, Zoran Lerchbacher, missed 6 match darts to knock out Terry Jenkins. Suljovic rarely has such trouble on the outer ring. As we can see there, 4-0.
Yeah, this is another 14 darters. That's back-to-back 14 darters for Mensur Suljovic. And it's, when I said you know what you get with Mensur, he's going to average, he's likely to average in the mid to high 90s and hit a lot of his darts at double. That's pretty much what is going on right now.
Yeah, it's exactly where he is.
96.
The highest average so far we've seen is Andy the Pieman Smith yesterday, averaged over 98.
Yeah, the Pieman on his return to Euro Tour action. First time he's playing the Euro Tour for a year, Andy the Pieman Smith. His good mate Terry Jenkins has just about made it through. That Zoran Lerchbacher game that we just mentioned. The Pieman is on the way this evening, and he's got the number 2 seed Peter Wright. Now that is going to be tough, make no mistake about it, but if he plays like he did yesterday, the Pieman has got more than a puncher's chance in that.
A great line from Terry Jenkins in his interview with Elmar Polka, saying that he wanted to stay ahead of Andy Jenkins in the rankings because Rocky had said that he's trying to catch up Terry yesterday, and then they're both still in the tournament. Andy Jenkins taking on Chuck Norris in a couple of matches' time, actually. Sandwiched in between that, the filling in that particular baguette is James Wade and Justin Pipe. 2 former European Tour winners in this afternoon session, going head to head.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what kind of state James Wade is in, because he obviously withdrew from the last event. He had that virus. It nearly saw him miss out on the Perth Masters in Australia, but he battled through to compete. Didn't play last weekend. We'll see if he is fully recovered and if he's in the right place to go on and play, as we know James Wade is capable of doing. To block a dart for Kamphuis. But the 60 does leave him a 2 darter of 100.
Yeah, but Mensur could take a big chunk out of this 186 and leave Kamphuis needing to take out the ton when he returns.
Looks like he may do. Yeah, well, that will do very nicely. Vincent Kamphuis, it may have to go. Tops. Yeah, that was the route, and I think it was a sensible one, but he was unable to execute. Mensur is probably going to look at 20 for double 16. Little swing of the arms, another little Mensur trademark we've seen him pull out there. Now the jiggle of the darts. Double 16 for a third breaker throw. And this is all coming to a very swift end for Vincent Kamphuis as the headbutt counter ticks over to 3.
Well, the last 5 games that I've commentated on have all gone 6-5, so Vincent Kamphuis would have to go some to force 11 legs in this one. But I'll tell you what, he'd take 5-5 right now. He'd bite your hand off.
Yes, he would. And it would be but a snack to Big Vincent.
Yeah, he was going for 2 double tops at the end of that leg. Is he perhaps the only player that throws down at double top?
At the top. Yeah, the only guy I can think of who maybe is of the same sort of height as him is the guy who played in the World Cup, Decker. He was a big lad. I think he's about 6'8", maybe even an inch or 2 more than that. I don't think he was 6'10", but he was big. But even Decker, as massive as he is not. There's not as much of him as there is Vincent Kamphuis.
Yeah, the size of a double decker.
But I think we've seen enough from Vincent Kamphuis this weekend to suggest that he's got a bit of something. He's not done a great deal so far. This is his first year as a PDC player. It's only his second Euro Tour. He's made the last 32 on the Pro Tour. He's not gone further than that. So if he'd won there today, it'd be his first time in the last 16 of any PDC ranked event. Yeah,
well, there were only 5 players that played better than him in terms of averages yesterday, and there's some good players in action. Some well-known players in action.
And he's still finding his feet in the PDC, and he's got his tour card. That means you've got 2 years to just have a go. Try and play as much as possible, see how you can improve and progress. And we've just seen Gerwyn Price, who within a couple of years has managed to get into the top 32. He played the match play for 2 years running, won his first 2 times. I mean, that is an incredible effort from Gerwyn Price to have made those strides.
I think even if he does lose 6-0 here and Mensah cleans up this 1-4-4 to send him packing, this is his biggest weekend. It's his biggest payday. Big win against established PDC player in Ronnie Huybrechts. It's all got to be positive for Kamphuis, whatever happens in the next 60 seconds or so.
Yeah, and I think the end approacheth, because that from Mensah Suljovic is not a bad little set-up shot. Oh, look.
100. Last score was 120, sorry.
There
120
we go.
Last score.
The Rust break correct.
So you
the
require
scorers.
24.
So Suljovic wants 24.
I was doubting myself there.
He's telling them what he's got left, Mensah. Calling the shots now.
Get big time when you win a Euro Tour title, don't you? For 6-0, double 12, double 6. And there it is, and Mensah Suljovic closes out a 6-0 win. And it is, 6 games unbeaten now for Mensah Suljovic on the European Tour. Could this be the start of a Michael van Gerwen-esque run from Mensah at the back end of the European Tour of 2016? He will take on either Ian White or Devin Peterson. We'll grab a quick couple of words with Mensah. And then it's James Wade returning to Euro Tour action as he takes on a fellow former winner on the Euro Tour in Justin Pike.
Auf der European Tour stand. Bei Mensah hält die Serie, 6. Sieg nacheinander. Nach dem Turniersieg vergangene Woche in Riesa bei den International Darts Open. Lass dir Zeit, Mensah, lass dir Zeit. Ist kein Problem. Warte gerne. Gratuliere dir. Mensah, war es schwierig, sich nach so einem Turniersieg, das war ja dein erster PDC-Sieg überhaupt, nach diesem großen Erfolg, wieder so zurück ans Practice-Board, zurück zur Arbeit zu gehen?
Leider war wirklich sehr schwierig. Ich habe überhaupt nicht trainiert diese Woche. Und ich habe gestern Abend in einem Hotelzimmer 2 Stunden trainiert, habe ich zu meinem Freund Soran Lerbach habe ich gesagt, endlich kann ich trainieren, bin ich weg.
Warum? War so viel zu tun oder was?
Ich glaube schon, ja. Viele Anrufe, viele Freunde und Gott sei Dank ist mir sowas passiert. Also deswegen meine Freundschaft, meine Familie, die leben für sowas und ich kann mich bedanken wirklich für meine Familie, für meine Fans, für absolute Fans überall auf der ganzen Erde. Und die Deutschland sind absolut Nummer 1.
Mensur, direkt nach dem Erfolg, es war ja ein sehr umkämpftes Finale gegen Kim Heibrechts. Er hatte 7 Matchstarts, du hast das Ding dann gewonnen, da war die Euphorie groß. Jetzt ist eine Woche her das Ganze. Wie fühlt es sich an? So diesen ersten Tour-Erfolg, auf den du lange gewartet hast. Du standst ja 11 Mal zuvor im Halbfinale. Was für ein Gefühl ist das?
Ich fühle mich wirklich sehr schlecht. Leider, ich habe nicht so viel trainiert und ich weiß, mein Körper, mein Geist und ich muss wirklich viel trainieren. Ich bin nicht, gewisse Leute müssen nicht so viel trainieren, aber ich muss wirklich viel trainieren und ich muss meinen Körper genau vorbereiten für das Spiel und leider diese Woche habe ich nicht so viel Zeit gehabt, aber ich bin wirklich glücklich, dass ich gewonnen habe.
Aber Darts ist ein mentaler Sport, das Selbstvertrauen ist ja auch wichtig, an sich zu glauben und dieser Glaube an dich selbst, der wird groß sein.
Ich schwöre es dir, Elmar, du kennst mich seit Jahren, ich bin so froh, dass ich einmal gewonnen habe oder im Finale. Ich wollte unbedingt im Finale sein. Ich habe mir gedacht, das ist meine letzte Station, immer Halbfinale. Und endlich hat es geklappt und ich bin wirklich froh.
Klasse, toller Erfolg, wir sehen dich morgen wieder. Mensur Suljovic, the gentle